Welcome, sadhakas. We are learning to initiate for glimpsing and imbibing Shri Vidya Kshetra values. Today, in this fourth learning step, our focus is upon existence within framed domains. Shri Vidya Kshetra is transcendental domain, a five-space domain. A stage prior to it is the existence within framed domains of manifestation format of four space. Our existence within body is of this phase and stage of existence within framed domains. There happens a transition from it to the transcendental domain. The intelligence field created by mind acquires transcendental values and features. It is of the format of Antakran, the ultimate sports, namely Mann, mind, Bhudhi, intelligence, Chit, consciousness, and Anhkar, ego. Vedis are Porshiya. It is a transcendental state. It transcends from the Porshiya state. Vedic systems work out this transition along the unified format of Sankhiya Nishta and Yoga Nishta. It is of the format feature of interlocked artifices of numbers and dimensional frames. It has many characteristics of the prominent or parallel with the processing steps of Ganita Sutras and Upsutras, and same deserve to be comprehended and imbibed in the sequential order of the Ganita Sutras and Upsutras of integrated format. The gaps between the consecutive pair of sutras being bridged by the corresponding Upsutras. Today our focus is to remain upon some of the most important of them. One shall sit comfortably and to permit the transcending mind to glimpse and imbibe the same. Let us revisit the formulation Ved. It is of transcendental code value 20 and Vedic code value 12. Now on the computer screen are tabulated 20 variations of number value 1. In the first row are 1 raised to power 1, 1 raised to power 2, 1 raised to power 3, 1 raised to power 4, 1 raised to power 5, 1 raised to power 6, 1 raised to power 7, 1 raised to power 8, 1 raised to power 9, and 1 raised to power 10. These are 10 versions of value 1 itself. In fact, these are the units of 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 space, 5 space, 6 space, 7 space, 8 space, 9 space, and 10 space. The second row is giving another range of 10 versions of value 1. This is 1 over 1, 2 over 2, 3 over 3, 4 over 4, 5 over 5, 6 over 6, 7 over 7, 8 over 8, 9 over 9, and 10 over 10. It means when 1 is taken as a single integrated unit. Second, when the 2 is of 2 parts, when 3 is of 3 parts, 4 is of 4 parts, 5 is of 5 parts, 6 is of 6 parts, 7 is of 7 parts, 8 is of 8 parts, 9 is of 9 parts, and 10 is of 10 parts. Each part in each of these situations is value 1. Therefore, to enter Vedic mathematics domain, we have to be very clear about at least these 20 variations spectra of number value 1, take it as a unit and then take it as 1. Take it this unit of a 1 space, it is of 2 space or of 10 space or of any space. And also take it the unit as a whole, unit of 2 parts, and so on, of unit of 10 parts. Once we will be parallel with this feature of value 1, we will be within Vedic mathematics domain. The second aspect here is that numbers have their factors. Numbers 1 to 12 lead to factors 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, so on. Now, let us see the numbers range 1 to 8. It is yielding 12 factors. And numbers range 1 to 12 is yielding 20 factors. So it is this interrelationship of values pair 12 and 20. The values pair of Vedic code value 12 for the formulation with, and value 20 as the transcendental code value for the formulation with. So it is this interrelationship, it is this interlocking, it is this interrelationship and interlocking for the Vedic code value 12 and transcendental code value 20 of the formulation with. So it is the second aspect which is to be glimpsed fully, which is to be imbibed fully, to be parallel with the Vedic systems. The third aspect is that we should be very specific about the organization of numbers as sequential increasing format, linear sequential increasing of the processing steps of Ganita Sutra 1, one more than before. And we have to go on extending this progression for any number of steps we like. But Ganita Sutra 2 takes us to a place value setup, all from 9 and last from 10. On the computer screen is the tabulation of double-digit numbers of 10 place value system. 10 place value system has 9 numerals, and these 99 double-digit numbers of 10 place value system are accommodated by 9 cross 11 grid. It is this feature of reorganization for linearly organized numbers values into place value systems, into grids, or in other words, a shift from the organization of numbers as single digit numbers to organizations of numbers as double digit numbers, and so on, in triple digit numbers and so on. It is this feature which deserves to be comprehended well. Let us visit the placements of the numbers in 9 cross 11 grid. It splits into 2 parts, upper part and lower part, along the mirror line 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And the upper part itself is having its own mirror line 11, 12, 13, 14, 44 as its placements. And the lower part is having its own mirror line 55, 66, 77, 8899. The upper part is having precisely 29 reflection pairs of distinct classes of them, of 16 reflection pairs and 13 reflection pairs. This makes Vedic mathematics. And the lower part is having organization, which takes to Vedic mathematics, science and technology. The upper part as mathematics and lower part as mathematics, science and technology. The upper part as pure values, lower part as applied values. The upper part and lower part both are approaching artifices numbers along the mirrors embedded in them, the reflection feature coming in. As ultimately the Vedic mathematics becomes the mathematics of existence phenomenon within rays of the sun, of which the reflection operation is the primarily core feature. So we have to visit, we have to imbibe this organization of shift from linear units organization for numbers values to grid organization format values, which will take us to place value systems. And the Vedic systems focus upon 10 place value system is as the same is of the geometric format of creative boundary of 10 components of the transcendental domain. It is this feature which deserves to be comprehended well. Now let us revisit the text of Ganita Sutra 2, Nikhlim Navasta Charmam Dashata. Nikhlim is a composition of 7 letters, Navasta Charmam is of 14 letters, and Dashata again is of 7 letters. So it is 7, 14, and 7. It is of value 14, 7 plus 7 at the middle. This is one feature. But the another feature is that all from 9 and last from 10 is the feature of numbers values 10 having 9 gaps. On the computer screen is depiction, red 10 points, placement yields 9 gaps, and 10 plus 9 is 19, and it is the transcendental code value of Dhruv, pole star, the origin of our solar universe. Ganita Sutra 1, Ekadhiken Purven, means go a step ahead of east. East is the placement of sun, Surya, and we have to go a step ahead of it. That means we have to reach the pole star. So Ganita Sutra 1 and Ganita Sutra 2, when are comprehended together, these will process out the pole star as origin of our solar universe. So reach from sun to pole star is the reach of the mathematics of Ganita Sutras 1 and 2 together. Like that, we can appreciate as to how this mathematics is ultimately becoming the mathematics of the existence phenomenon of our solar universe. Let us further be very specific in our comprehension. As numbers range 1 to 10 has only one perfect number, it is 6. The numbers 1 to 100 are having 2 perfect numbers, 6 and 28. Numbers 1 to 1000 have 3 perfect numbers, 6, 28, 4, 96. The perfect number 6 has 3 proper divisors, and the biggest prime is 3. The perfect number 28 is having 5 proper divisors, and the biggest prime factor is 7. Perfect number 496 has 9 proper divisors, and the biggest prime factor is 31. 6 is a unique perfect number, as here sum of its proper divisors 1, 2, 3 is 6, and product of 1, 2, and 3 is also 6. This is the feature of first perfect number. It is Suryank. And the second perfect number is also unique, as that the factors of a numbers range 1 to 28 is 156. It is 56, that is 28 plus 28. It is Brahm. Therefore, Vedic systems are working out from Surya to Brahm. Third perfect number, 496, is Garud. It is the carrier of Vishnu. This way, to be parallel with the Vedic mathematics, we have to be parallel with these features, step ahead. Let us now go for the full unit hypercubes and half unit hypercubes, a pair of distinct generic manifested bodies of the creators of space, as it is of a spatial order. Sadhakas fulfilled with the intensity of wish to be parallel with Vedic systems shall visit, glimpse, imbibe full unit hypercubes and half unit hypercubes of 4 folds each. Full unit hypercubes are of summation values 2, 6, 10, 14, while the half unit hypercubes are of summations value 1, 3, 5, 7. One shall sit comfortably and imbibe these distinctive features of full unit and half unit bodies. It is the interrelationship of full unit and half unit bodies. It is the interrelationship of artifices of numbers and dimensional frames, which is going to be of real help for us who are initiating, who are learning to enter the dimensional domain of Shri Vidya Kshetra. It is a transition, it is a takeoff from the manifested creations of four space, creator space of spatial order, to the transcendental space of solid order. Now, the full unit transcendence ranges, as are the depiction of Euro domain full unit ranges of value 0 as -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. And one domain full unit range is of value 5 as -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, like that. Now, the half unit transcendence ranges, as is the depiction, is of values 0, 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10. Full unit transcendence ranges are of 5 folds of 5 units reach at each step. And half unit transcendence ranges as well are of 5 steps, but of 2.5 unit reach at each step. One shall sit comfortably and be parallel with this. It is with the comprehension of the fourfold manifestations within creators of space and fivefold manifestation within the transcendental space, which will help us comprehend as to how the existence within body, existence within frames is having inherent feature of transcendence therefrom. We have to learn it. we have to imbibe it. And it is by this learning and imbibing, we have to take in mind that while in fourth space, there are pair of distinct generic, a full unit and half unit manifestations bodies, while in transcendental space, there are three distinct generic ranges. These are of full, half, and one-third units. One shall sit comfortably and be parallel with these distinctive manifestations, features of four space and five space. Four space is a spatial order space, five space is a solid order space, four space is having full and half unit bodies, while the transcendental space is having full unit, half unit, and one-third unit bodies, formats. This deserves to be comprehended well. And it is in this background that we have to revisit our cube, which as hypercube 3 is a four folds, 1, 2, 3, 4, four spaces and origin. And the same as transcendence range takes us to the origin of the origin as well. Cube with which we are familiar and of which we are having concentration only upon its volume part, but the same within four space is of four folds manifestation, and fourth fold is the origin. And the same within the transcendental domain within five space acquires additional fifth fold, that is the origin of the origin, that is the base. Let us sit comfortably and be parallel with the organization of dimension, boundary, and domain. Cube, dimension, boundary, domain, and origin as hypercube. Dimension, boundary, domain, origin, and origin as base is the transcendental range. These three sequential features of the geometric bodies deserve to be imbibed, deserve to be chased. And it is by this chase we can enter the Shri Vidya Kshetra. It is this change for which the mind creates an intelligence, and it is this feature which is responsible for sequential manifestation of the mental states and sequential transcendence by dissolving the mental states. Sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge shall also revisit hypercube 4 as four folds 2, 3, 4, 5, and the same as of five folds is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sit comfortably, revisit the hypercube 4 as a four-fold manifestation with the two spaces dimension, three spaces boundary, four spaces domain, and five spaces in origin. And the spatial order will take us to Chatushpit, take us to hypercube 14, and the same within the transcendental space will take us to six spaces, an origin of a five space. So two space as dimension, three space as boundary, four space as domain, five space as origin, and six space as an origin of origin as base of the origin. Sit comfortably, be parallel with it, and once we will be parallel with it, we will be inherently acquiring transcendental features for transcendence, for the reach within the transcendental domain of Shri Vidya Kshetra. Our existence within body is framed within four space, and four space, because of spatial order, is equipped with the transcendental feature, and it is this transcendence which is going to be of reach from the manifested creator space to the transcendental space. Shri Vidya Kshetra. Thank you very much.